Happy Sunday,
Good morning, everyone.
April 13th. I had to look at the calendar. Full moon, big energies, lots, lots of moving around, and I hope you're all doing okay and riding through these waves. It's been quite interesting from many different levels, and I think a lot of people are certainly feeling it. Yeah, we've got a big week, it's Passover and Palm Sunday today, and we're moving into Easter and Good Friday, resurrection energy. So a lot of the pain, the sorrow, the heaviness, the darkness is all being moved out. So, I'm just so grateful that we have each other and we're together and we go through it too, and we're able to kind of lean in on each other. And that's what this group is, this community. So it's just always so nice to be together and then just access the energies together. So thank you always for showing up. And even if you don't show up live and you listen, we really appreciate it. As they say, when two or more are gathered, right? And I think that's the name of the game right now. So, and I just want to say a few announcements and then I'll just let Michael, we'll get into a good juicy meditation. So the events for the Mamos, those are up on our website, and they are sponsored by our trust. So it's a nonprofit, and we do give all the proceeds to the Mamos and their tribes for their projects. They're currently building a children's temple and some musical instruments and some educational programs and supplies. We've had some people give us some feedback about the fee and the cost of doing that. And we apologize. We know it's in the collective right now of finances and money, and
Yeah.
we just want to say we really appreciate those of you that have registered and said yes to it. We know everybody's kind of watching, their spending, so and it takes a lot. So we just want to say thank you. We've experienced too the fees to get them in a piece is pretty extraordinary. Just the visas alone are, 1,500, $1,400 plus travel, plus airline tickets, plus bag fees. That's just to get them here in the country. So there's a lot of moving parts and pieces, and we're not doing it to make money. We're really doing it to do the work. And we know that those of you that have said yes, we just want to say thank you. So we just want to appreciate that. So there's still spots. We still do have some spots for healing sessions available. I'm kind of finalizing that schedule, and I'll be sending out emails. So if you haven't sent me an email or texted me, just reach out to me, and I can get you in the calendar. And yeah, so I think it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful event. Um, and the last thing we'll do with them is on Tuesday afternoon when they're here, we're going to be taking them out to the Susquehanna River for a special private ceremony. And then there'll be a program in the afternoon of storytelling, and it's in New Cumberland. So as soon as that link's available, we've been working out the logistics of that. We'll get that up too. So yeah, so thank you for saying yes and always being so supportive and kind. And I know the Mamos and the Kogi are so appreciative. And it was interesting when some feedback we've had, and I said to someone, this work is priceless. If they had any idea what was really happening, you couldn't put a price tag on it. Um, of the work that's done, when you think of Mama Rodrigo spending 3 months clearing himself after being here with all the Westerners, 3 months by himself, away from his family, away from his wife, away from his group, you know, um, and both the other two mamos experienced the same thing, one of them had a stroke. So, there's a lot that happens with them when they take on this energy. So just to be in that reverence and appreciation is so, so thank you. Really appreciate it. And if you do want to come help with Seva or setup, we're going to be doing kind of a work Saturday that weekend before. I know it's Mother's Day weekend, but Saturday we kind of have a work day. And then we're Tuesday, there's a lot to get done. So if you do also reach out to me and we'll get that kind of help out list. And if you do want to volunteer a meal, I've only had one meal offered. It's a lot of cooking and prep for the mamos. It kind of falls on me. So, and with Ginny not being with us, it's a lot of extra work. So if you can do that, just ping me. I'd really appreciate that. So yeah. So thank you. That's all.
Yeah. It's interesting how we're all being crunched with the finances. We're all looking at the finances, you know. I had a contact problem this weekend and had to go to CVS to get some saline solution. I walked in and I looked at it, and the saline used to be like $2.99. And it was up to $22 for a bottle of something. I was like, what's going on with the finances? And this conversation that we had with, we love the prices to be less. If we could do it for less, we want to do it. And so we're in the conversation of how can we get scholarships, or how can we get fundraisers, or how can we get people that care about the mamas that want to be a part of contributing, donating, and being part of adopting them kind of in a way, right? And I think we can go through and explain all the different things, but when you start to add the airfare and the visas and the these rental cars, you kind of understand when there's only 30 tickets, what the budget or the profit and loss looks like. But then you get these beautiful nuggets that come out, like Denise said to me, but it's priceless, right? It's priceless. It's like, well, oh, yeah, I forgot. I was too busy working.
We're saving the planet. It's pretty
Too
priceless.
busy over here looking at the dollars and cents, realizing you can't go to Colombia. I mean, you could, but what would that cost you? And would you get the same type of attention? So it's a unique opportunity, and I will say that just being around you, the genetic code, the non-physical DNA, the morphogenetic field, the waves, the consciousness, human DNA talks to each other. She may look Colombian, you may look like a little, 4'8" Zaga, right? But the DNA and the lineage is pure, it's still connected to that higher frequency of the inner Earth and Mother Earth, and we get that, which we don't even know we're getting because they're just telling stories about their deities, and afterwards, the next day, or like people are saying, I mean, somehow I'm talking to my yard better. Somehow I understand it better. So we're just wanted to share a little bit about that because I don't know if you want to say anything more about it.
Yeah, we just want to continue to bring all programs to you, the Yagyas too. We're gearing up for that. That date actually has been changed to the end of July. And those programs we put on with Punjaji, you couldn't go to India and experience those kind of programs. And, so we're doing our best to continue to do the work and invite you and have them for you. And we will make them as financially accessible as we can. And to go back to when it's with the trust, it's really difficult because we do give all the memos to give scholarships. When we do programs with alchemy, we have a little more leeway. So that's why it's hard with the mamos because we were totally transparent with them. I mean, they see everything. Um, so we can't really offer that. So it's kind of the situation we're in. So sorry about that. Alchemy, we can kind of work with you a little bit, but we can't with the trust, just the way the bookkeeping is. So yeah.
Hmm.
Anyway.
Enough about finances.
It's in the collector though. I
Yeah.
will I will definitely say this. And people are really being pinged. And it's not just finances, it's safety, security, the known, the unknown, and it's happening quick and fast. And, you know, we incarnated for these times. So, I was walking with friends that I used to do a lot of work when I was in corporate, and they're both retired now. And so we were walking at Longwood and we were laughing, and they're kind of have not been doing on the spiritual path. And, so their world is really being rocked. They have a lot in the stock market and retirement, and there's a lot of fear and medical. And I said, well, I planted lots of seeds. So if anything, we'll have some food this summer. And the one said, well, I have a big wine cellar, so I'll bring wine and you can give me some food. So, and the other person said, oh, I don't have anything, but maybe I can figure out what I can contribute. So, we all kind of chuckled, but people are where they're at, no matter what kind of path you're on. So, um, but we're all in this together, which is the great part. So, yeah. And the last thing I will say, if I did share the story of the light and the dark, um, in the most recent email notification that went out with the invite from the Mamos from Alchemy. And that's a really beautiful story. And Ginny had sent it. And when I looked back to someone that was with our group and someone on this call, and they can share if they want to who it is, but it was shared with that person in Sedona at the spring equinox, like 3 years later, and then made it again its way to us while we were doing the work in Chaco Canyon and in the Four Corners area. And it was so symbolic. And it's a simple story, but this is the way the mamos work. There is no time. And then it was relevant for the light and the dark and honoring the dark so we can appreciate what it gives us to embrace the light and appreciate the things and be in forgiveness and be in the redemption. Ginny typed out redemption. So if you haven't seen that, it's in that email. And I can also post it I think I did in the WhatsApp group, but maybe I'll put the link under the YouTube video if you're not in either one of those things. So it's a beautiful story to really think about and very relevant for what's happening now. So yeah, sit with that.
Yeah, I'm just thinking if there's somebody on the call, how would they get that?
Yeah, I can put it in the link to the replay. Yeah.
Yeah, why don't we do that?
Yeah.
If somebody wants
It's
to,
in the news like letter. I typed it all out.
one
So
of the Mamos teachings
yeah. Yeah.
on how they look at darkness and the light and the play there
Yep.
without charge, without judgment, without good, bad, right, or wrong, right?
And what's interesting is it's what they picked up that happened in Chaco Canyon, and then why the people went up into the cliffs. So in the story, when they talk about the people had to retreat to the mountains and looked for the mountains, they were in search of food. We all saw those cliff dwellings way up. Made no sense that they would be up in the mountains because originally they started in Chaco Canyon, and there was a distortion there. Even the Pueblo and the Native Americans talk about it. So yeah, without judgment. And so they also talked about the seeds and that being a seed, and it was a storage. If you look at any of the Graham Hancock and some of the other people that have really looked at it from a spiritual perspective. So there's many layers in there, and that is how the mamos work. Like you read it and you think, oh, it's such a simple story, but when you start to really let it permeate and weave it into the experience, it's pretty extraordinary. So
Yeah, let's drop into these full moon energies.
pink.
There might be a little bit too intense, but rather than getting buffeted by them, let's move inside of them and integrate them. Meditation is the best way to integrate them. So everyone just prepare your posture. Just present your spine. See that your vertical channel from root to crown. See if you can presence the whole staff. When you feel like you got it kind of dialed into your root, See if you can kind of like zipper it up, and kind of pull that energy up from the root as if you're pulling it up through the spine and you're zippering up. What are we zippering up? We're zippering up our light body into our physical body, kind of zippering up our connection. And you can do it through your breath, or you can just kind of like see with an image of you're holding a zipper and it's there at the base. As you breathe in, you just kind of gently pull up through the tailbone, the coccyx, up through the sacral chakra connection. Just keep pulling up very slowly and gently, as if you're turning on your spine, turning on your staff of life up into your heart. Maybe even stop for a second there to just breathe and engage your heart center. Feel it filling up, responding to the charging that's happening in your spine. Good. And then just continue. Grab this zipper again and just to pull it up a little between your shoulder blades, through your high heart, through your throat. And we're just going to stop for a second here at the medulla oblongata. Just allow the energy of the medulla oblongata. It's almost like a big light gets turned on. Just feel that energy kind of equalizing, connecting in to your zipper. And then pull the zipper again. Now we're going to breathe in and pull it up through the middle of your brain into the pineal. And then kind of create that arch through your third eye. And maybe just tuck it in a little bit behind your third eye, down into like behind your nose, behind your eyes. See if you can find that energetic point that feels right for you. And you almost feel like your spine is like a candy cane. I love the candy cane analogy. You've got the white and the red, electromagnetic and magnetic. And we're just speaking of the dark and the light, not with judgment, but with electromagnetic charge. And begin to breathe from your, what we call the antahkarana, your candy cane. Breathing may look like as you inhale, you're just kind of contracting it just a little bit, pulling it in. Exhale, expanding it a little bit so that it's pulsing. There's some energy now that's coming in through your heart, your high heart, and that place that's right in between. Some call it the azure, some call it the zephron. And we're going to start to presence not only that place in between, but a little bit in the higher heart. So start to breathe or become aware of behind your thymus, as the energies are kind of pulled up from Mother Earth through your candy cane to your spine, antahkarana, into your high heart. And start to bring your focus there so that you're like, your breathing responds, you're breathing out through your high heart. And as the energies within the high heart, within the chakra consciousness itself, begin to engage with your pranic and your attention, focused attention, willpower, it starts to breathe, starts to pulse, starts to charge. And we're in that place right now where these energies are kind of coming in up through Mother Earth, through our eighth dimensional sphere of her crystalline core morphogenetic field, through our antakarana, up into our high heart. And we're threading them in from Mother Earth through the back, maybe, of our antakarana into the core center. And as we do so, it helps us to presence and to lock in and to feel our own high heart inner core. Do we get a sense where we're breathing from that place? Our sourcing point, 0 point. Maybe even we're starting to breathe in and hold, allowing the charge to strengthen and intensify. Good. Your third eye is now, some energy is coming in. There's like a resonance happening between your high heart and your third eye. You may feel the disc or the sphere just inside of your forehead. But just continue to breathe into the high heart. This is a core point for our universe. Some call it the megagalactic. See if you can breathe. You breathe and you synchronize now how you're sourcing or pulling energy now. It's like almost like the charge of your high heart is magnetized to the place where it's now centered around your megagalactic connection beyond this universe to source. And as you're breathing, it's almost like it's pushing through, like you're pulling it in. We're allowing this energy to kind of thread in. There's some density in the high heart area, in the thymus, up in our upper chests. We're just allowing that, some flexibility, some expansion, some plasma flow. Good. Now our crown chakras are open as well. And if you can, just simultaneously hold breathing through your heart, but also presence, this triangulation with your third eye and your crown. High heart, crown, third eye, all is one. You may see it as a geometric shape, or you may see it as a circuit. See it as a triangle. We even start to see now threads of silver that connect vertically up to the crown, diagonally to your third eye, and down from your heart through your antakarana, through your root, all the way down into Mother Earth. Now that you've got the silver, there's also a gold component to it. It's like a silver and gold. You can see them as overlapped, you can see them as entwined, but you can also see them as merged, as kind of silver gold consciousness. And as you strengthen that circuit, the triangulation circuit, so breathing into that, your high heart pulling the energy of the source through, you'll also notice that you're also pulling energy up from Mother Earth simultaneously. Several currents here that we can identify or align with. First, we're going to align with is the silver white thread coming from the core of Mother Earth. Bring that up through your spine, through your antakarana, through your high heart, connecting into your source point. Simultaneously, the energy moves up through the crown and above the crown and through the crown as if it's kind of accelerated, like a particle accelerated through the crown in a narrow, tight silver white beam that extends your antakarana 3 feet up. You can see or feel or imagine 3 feet above you a diamond that's being filled with this silver white beam or laser like consciousness coming from Mother Earth. It's as if the core of Mother Earth is communicating through this tight beam, steadied from your connection to mega galactic core, and filling and connecting into the diamond. As the diamond begins to get stronger, you may start to feel like a pulsing of it through your spine and pulsing through the diamond. And the diamond turns that silver white. We're just, right now, we're just in the breathing and the pulsing and allowing the charging of that diamond. Allow or notice how much energy your diamond can receive. As it begins to reach a critical mass is not the right, critical charge. You might notice that the silver white kind of pops a little bit. The diamond kind of has a blue diamond sheen around it. If you wish, you can kind of breathe in to that silver white bluish tinged frequency, and as you breathe in, you can kind of pull it around down you, or downwards around your body, around your auric field. If you wish, you can also take it all the way down beneath your feet, connect it into the antakarana, and Take that silver white with the diamond, yeah, silver white with the blue diamond frequency all the way back down into the core of Mother Earth. Connect into that blue thread into her crystalline core. Feel how Mother Earth receives energetically. But we're all kind of locking in right now. And your whole staff now is kind of becoming brighter, silver white bright, but it's also tinged with this blue. It's like a light aurora blue hue. You may notice that there's some communication happening between the crystalline core of Mother Earth and through your blue diamond. Just align the two. We don't need to know what's communicating. We just want to presence and hold both of them as if holding the staff energetically as it's plugged in to Mother Earth and the blue diamond above us. And then we want to kind of just breathe into our mega galactic high heart and allow that integration to happen. Like you're pulling the energy into that vertical staff and allowing the flow to open up. Good. Kind of just got buffeted by some very high frequency consciousness waves. Now you may feel like a little more centered in your spine. You may also feel like your pineal has expanded. There's more space inside of your brain. If your pineal was a golf ball before, it's at least a grapefruit. For some of you, it's a basketball outside of your head. Yeah, it's as if the triangulation between the high heart, the third eye, and the crown caused an electromagnetic field to open up and expand our pineal in the center of our brain. And that's just going to continue to charge now. So just stay in your heart and continue to breathe and feel. Feel the peace in your own heart. All these silver, white, and gold circuits getting stronger like rods, connecting rods. They're also charging, which is creating like a magnetic field. So you may feel your energetic field strengthening. And as you stay centered in your spine, you may feel some more plasma currents kind of coming in through all of your chakras. Maybe just very ephemeral at first. Wherever you put your focus, just stay there until you notice a new flow, a pulse. If you wish to try and hold all of them and experience them all at once, they're happening also outside of your body, your chakras above your head, 6 inches, 18 inches, 24 inches, 36 inches. And below you, 6 inches, 12 inches, 18 inches below. We're allowing our like auric field surrounded by our egg or radial body just to kind of hold this magnetic attraction that's pulling in these plasma consciousness, these higher states of our own consciousness in through our chakra system, and allowing it to fill up our spine first and move outwards through your light body and crystalline bodies. Yeah, these plasma is like a hydroplasmic. It's almost liquidy. And it kind of gets thicker as it gets more, is able to hold more charge. Just now experience what's charging up for you. How is your higher self informing your light body, your crystalline architecture? Okay, breathe into your heart, high heart, hold. And as you exhale, notice the exhalation or direct the exhalation through your shoulders, through your elbows, through your wrists, through your hands, and to your fingertips. Breathing in, hold, build the charge. And with your energetic exhale and charge up those meridians, those axonal lines out through your hands and arms. Again, breathing in. Charging and catching that plasma energy. Like you can presence it as an essence in your heart and then exhale it out through your fingertips. One more time, breathing in. Hold and exhale. Good. We're going to do the same thing now through our, what I call the womb of creation, to your lower spine, tailbone, and out to your root and out through your toes. Breathing in. Hold, charge, and naturally just push down. This plasma flows through your whole lower torso, your spine, through your legs, knees, ankles, and toes. Then breathe in. Hold, charge, exhale. Spread the plasma, hydroplasmic, through all of your nadis and out through your toes. One more time. And hold. Build your charge. You may feel the energies in your spine are opening up even more now. And then push and exhale. The plasma flows through your root and through your toes. Notice now how you've always You've moved into a state where you're almost breathing is negligible. You don't really almost not need to breathe. Just allow there's a recalibration happening here. You'll start to breathe again in maybe a different manner. Just become aware now as the energies are kind of like there's like a little twinkling happening in your high heart, as if somebody's throwing little sparkling codes into your high heart and how they're seemingly integrating the triangulation above your head, above your high heart. The flows from your arms outwards and the flows down to your legs. As if we're kind of unifying our third dimensional reality with our soul reality and with our oversoul reality. The three trinities becoming one through your mega galactic heart and through your vertical blue diamond staff, your kundalini candy cane. Just allow yourself now to plug into Mother Earth, into your core. Begin to breathe with her, resonate with her pulsing, with her crystalline, hydroplasmic rhythm. As you breathe and synchronize with her, you may feel her sending responses or waves up through your, it's like your cylinder of light that's holding your light body. It's as if she's piggybacking on your own kundalini and your antakarana. And if you wish, you could kind of presence both the planetary kundalini and your own kundalini, allowing them to sync by either breathing to your high heart or breathing through the crystalline core of Mother Earth, or both. For those of you that wish to try this, on your next inhale, just breathe in to your spine. If you grab your spine and contract it a little bit, and notice the waves that are coming off of it, the waves of consciousness that are radiating outward. As you release the spine, how it kind of incrementally moves a little further outwards, the diameter expands. With each breath, you just grab and hold, feel the waves pulsing off of your vertical staff, and then exhale. Create your antakarana, move it out just a little bit more. Maybe from 2 to 3, from 3 to 4. And as it strengthens, you may notice that there's around you a silver white cylinder that's outside of your body, and how the two resonate. Good. And just see that outer sphere around your body fully connected to your blue diamond shield 3 feet above your head. And that cylinder, silver white cylinder, connected all the way down to the core. To the blue diamond core of Mother Earth. Just have the intention now that this energy field stabilized around you, your sovereignty inviolable. And then take your awareness back down to the core. Just bring that little spark of that blue diamond from the core of Mother Earth, encapsulated in a cylinder, and you just want to grab it on the inhale and then pull it all the way back up into your high heart. Breathing through your high heart, through your heart. That spark is now sparking within your mega galactic core of your crystalline light body, informing all of your auras, chakras, radio bodies. Become aware of your breathing. Bring your awareness back into the body. And bringing your hands in namaste over your heart and high heart. Gently bowing to God and Divine Mother. Om Namah Shivaya. Jai Shri Krishna.
Namaste.
Namaste.